Let's do a brake flush on a BMW 335 with the N54 engine. The brake fluid reservoir is located under this cover. There's a tab here, there's a little push tab right here. This comes right off, and that gives you access to the brake reservoir. I'm gonna clean this off real quick. I don't want any dirt and debris to get into the brake system. That's much better. I'm going to be using a vacuum style bleeder. Fill up the reservoir bottle. Now remember, brake fluid can eat paint, so you don't want to get any brake fluid anywhere where you have painted surfaces. So I'm just going to put the sensor aside. And then I'm going to use this, and I'm going to suction out as much fluid as I can out of the reservoir, because I want to fill that with clean fluid, because I want the fluid from here, that nice clean fluid, to go all the way back to the rear calipers and through the lines and all the way to the front to get that fresh fluid in there. This fluid is hygroscopic, so it does absorb moisture, and that's why it has a 2-year lifespan. Now this setup does require an air compressor. I'm just going to go right in here, turn it on. Look how clean that fluid is now. Beautiful. For this style, you do use this reservoir on top, which sits right here. It does have a clip on it. And then this you can screw down to get the right height that you want for the flow. And then you open up the valve. All right, and with the valve open, that's going to drain into the reservoir up until that set level that you predetermined. All right, pop the little dust cover off the nipple. Make sure to put this on when you're done, and make sure that the brake line is routed underneath. When this is loose, it can rub up against the tire, and that's one of the most common causes of a brake light on after a brake flush, is the tech left this loose. So that's an 9 millimeter for this. So the bleeder's cracked free a little bit, so it's loose. If you're having trouble getting it free with your wrench, you can pre-break it free a little bit carefully with a ratchet. You just break it free just a tiny bit, but watch out in case it might break if it is corroded. Now with this style, you just hook up the vacuum port like so, and then I'm going to kick on the vacuum. This is what you're going to be doing on every single wheel. You want to start with the right rear, then the left rear, then the right front, and then the left front. And for this vacuum system, you just kick it on, creates the vacuum. Open the bleeder screw until you see the fluid flowing. Keep an eye on the bottle until you see about 1/4 fluid used. You're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4 amount of fluid. You're going to use up almost the full bottle. Once you get enough fluid, tighten it down, and then take the vacuum end off. Now one thing you want to watch out for is the sensor right here. You want to make sure that you reinstall this and make sure that you close the cap on the top so that that sensor doesn't get damaged. Now we're going to move to the left rear wheel. Going to use a socket to pre-loosen the bleeder screw. This just makes it a little bit easier when you are bleeding the system, just to crack it free real quick. You don't have to worry about stripping anything out. Then put your tool on, the suction tool, turn it on, and then you can loosen it up a little bit more to get some better flow. Right like that. And you can see the fluid flowing right there. And when you're done, you can just kind of close it by finger and then close it the rest of the way with the wrench. And that's closed up. Take the tool off next. And remember to put the cap back on the bleeder screw. And you're good to go on that wheel. Front bleeder screw is an 11 millimeter. You can do the same thing. Crack it free. Just gently so that you know it's free. Then put your vacuum suction on. And then you're going to loosen it up more once vacuum is applied. At this point, you should be about halfway through the fluid. So I'm going to do the same procedure on the right front. I'm going to loosen it up with the vacuum applied, start sucking the fluid out, and empty about another quarter. When I'm done, I'm going to make sure to put that cap back on. Now the left front, I'm going to take the cap off the bleed screw. Remember, we have to make sure to put that back on so we don't damage the sensor. I'm going to use a socket to break it free just so it makes it a little bit easier, just a little bit. And then I'm going to go ahead and put my vacuum tool on, and then I'm going to use a wrench just to open it up to get some really good flow. Once you've used enough fluid, go ahead and tighten up the left front bleeder screw, take the tool off, and remember to put on the brake sensor and tuck it underneath, put that top on, and make sure it's there because otherwise it will rub against the wheel and cause damage. There we go, almost the entire bottle used. Close the valve and you just remove that, and you're going to be topped up to the very top. We need to adjust that fluid level. Now there is a max level mark. There's a little arrow right there. I'm just using a light to illuminate the fluid. I'm going to just go ahead and turn this suction on, switch back to the suction hose. I'm going to take the fluid down to that max level. This vehicle has new front brakes and the rear brakes aren't too bad, so I could leave that at that level, but you always have to check when you're doing brakes. You don't want to overflow this because when you compress your pistons on your brakes, on the brake calipers, the fluid level is going to come up. So you want to always keep an eye on this because it can overflow. Alright, look how clean that fluid looks now. Beautiful. It was black before. Then just make sure to install your level sensor. Snug that back down gently. Install the cover back on an E90, pretty simple. You have this little tab back here. Just locks on, a tab here, a tab there, and then this rubber tab goes over the top right here, just like that. Now it's just the brake fluid reset. I'm going to go ahead and push the key in. I'm going to press the start stop one time. Key in. Start stop one time. All of these lights come on. If you have a bunch of check control messages, clear them with the BC button right here. Alright, so now the time is showing. So there's two stages to this. Press and hold the left cluster button until the services come up. That's the brake fluid. And then to scroll through them, you hit the scroll on the toggle. That scrolls through the services. Just scroll through back to brake fluid. If you get a check control message, it can kick you out like it just did right there. So let's try that again. Let's press and hold the left cluster button. You might have to cycle the key. I did take a while because I was showing you what I needed to get done. So let's clear these check controls with the BC. Oh, I'm in cluster mode. Alright, if that happens, cycle it back off. Key it on, press the start stop. And if I go a little bit faster on this reset, press and hold the left cluster button. After I clear my services with the BC, these check control messages, press and hold, let go, and then you press and hold the BC button, and you see it says reset, and then you press and hold it again, and then it switches to the clock, and then let go, and it's reset. 8/2026, brake fluid is every 2 years. Brake fluid flush on a BMW 335i E93.